when I finally got to that low point of just laziness and being unmotivated, I was able to discover these amazing techniques that have helped me, and today I'm going to share them with you in hopes that it's going to help you as well. Hi, my name is Aaliyah and welcome to my YouTube channel, or as I would like to call it, my realm. So today I would like to talk about self-discipline and a better way to approach it rather than the traditional way where it feels like we're punishing ourselves, we're forcing ourselves to do something that we do not want to do. So when we think of discipline, what comes to your mind first? Rules, obeying, laws, being punished if you don't obey the rules, all the negative associations that we can possibly think of, right? The Google definition for discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Sounds pretty rough, but that is not how I see it. I see self-discipline to be a form of self-control. And usually when we practice self-control, it comes from a good place. For example, we don't go around killing people. It comes from a good place because we don't want to go to jail, we don't want to harm somebody, whatever it is. When we know something is bad for us, for example, sugar, and we're trying to lose weight or we have to control our health in a certain way, we know that if we have self-control and we don't eat this sugary thing that looks so good and tastes so good, it is a good form of self-control because it is coming from a good place that you want to be healthy. Basically, anytime we restrain ourselves from doing something that we know we shouldn't be doing, or that it goes against our beliefs, it goes against our morale, it comes from a good place. Therefore, it comes from self-control. I think disciplining ourselves is probably one of the hardest things we could do because we associate it with like our parents punishing us and disciplining us when we're children, or the soldiers getting disciplined by the military or anything relating to that. Therefore, why would we want to inflict something like that on us? Because we know it doesn't make us feel good, we know it doesn't make us comfortable, we know it makes us feel bad and associate it with like a negative emotion because it goes against our will. But the hard truth is, you're gonna get nowhere without self-discipline. That is 100%. Technically, everybody does it on a daily basis. You force yourself to get out of bed, you force yourself to go do your business, whether it's work, school, errands, whatever it is. But the hardest self-discipline is disciplining ourselves for success, disciplining ourselves to achieve our goals and our dreams and to become the people that we really, really want to be and have the life we really want. Procrastination, laziness, no energy, tired, no time, the list goes on and on and on of excuses of why we can't force ourselves to achieve something, why we cannot push ourselves and have self-control to actually strive for what we want. I've personally been struggling with that for years. I lose motivation, then I cannot force myself to get back in the rhythm. I lose hope, I get lazy, but then I think about it and I begin to regret it. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing with myself? Why am I not being productive? Why am I not finding a way to push myself to do all these things that I want to do, to work hard, to accomplish what I want to accomplish? And when I finally got to that low point of just laziness and being unmotivated, I was able to discover these amazing techniques that have helped me, and today I'm going to share them with you in hopes that it's going to help you as well. The first thing that I did was I took time for myself. I sat down and I really thought about what is it that I want, because the reason I wasn't motivated enough was because I had so many ideas in my head, so many scenarios, so many paths that I wanted to take, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted and how I would get there. When you begin to think or script about scenarios of your success and what kind of a life it can give you and what kind of emotions you can be experiencing at that moment, it begins to just motivate you so hard, and it's the most amazing feeling that you could ever have. The only thing is that practice doesn't always last in terms of being a good kickstart for your motivation. Therefore, I came up with another amazing technique and a daily practice that I have been using for a while now, and it's really, really been helping. I was actually inspired by the show called Queen of the South, and it's one of those shows going from rags to riches, from coming from nothing to becoming very powerful and successful. So throughout the show, the main character periodically sees her future self standing across the room wearing a beautiful white suit, radiating confidence, looking clean and fresh and sharp and looking like a real boss lady, you know? And in those scenes, her future self would be talking to her present self and kind of motivating her, but at the same time looking down on her. Like she would say things like, for example, like, you need to make a decision right now in order to get from where you are to get where I am now. Like, you are a survivor, you need to do X, Y, and Z. You know, you have to make the right choice. You know what you have to do in order to get where you want to be. And just the whole time, like the whole show, that future self was talking to her present self and really, really like pushing her to take certain actions, take certain steps in order to know that if she continues to do that, she's going to get where she imagines herself to be. And that's what I want you to do. Like, whenever times are hard or whenever you feel like you're just unmotivated and you're in shambles, just imagine yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, even 6 months from now, and see how you want to be. Like, how do you want to look? How do you want to be living? How do you want to present yourself? What kind of daily routines are you going to have in that moment? Like, everything. Even if it has to get to a point where you have to pretend like you literally see your future self talking to you and telling you, you know, you have to do this right now in order to achieve what you want. You have to be motivated. You have to do X, Y, and Z in order to get where you want to be in life, in order to get where I am, you know, in my future self life, whatever you may want to describe it as. If, you know, your imagination is not as strong, you could always write it down. Like, literally just write it down, how you see yourself, how you look, how you're dressed, what you're surrounded by, who you're around, what kind of a bank account you have at that moment. Just like everything, just imagine yourself like years from now and think about what you want to accomplish, like who you want to be in that moment. I'll give you a good example of mine. So I see my future self looks healthy, has long blonde hair, like longer than I have now, has good skin, is glowing, driving a beautiful Bentley, pulling up to a beautiful house or an apartment, checking the bank account, seeing millions in there, just having a flexible lifestyle, getting on a plane whenever she wants, whenever she pleases, getting on a private jet, getting deals, being surrounded by people that admire her, and feeling that self accomplishments, like that she worked really hard to get where she is, and she is so proud of herself. Like, I just see a person that is proud of their accomplishments and that is super happy with where they are in life. And most importantly, I see this person being surrounded by peace and harmony and love and happiness, and by the people that she loves and the people that cherish her and admire her. Like, that's who I see. And every time I imagine myself in that scenario, in that future tense, I get so motivated, and I'm like, I really have to strive to be there, and I will do anything in my power to get there eventually. And don't forget to see yourself having complete financial freedom to do anything you want, to buy anything you desire, to go anywhere you please, as well as having the freedom of your life, having the freedom of your time, having the freedom of your schedule, and having the freedom of your actions. I really, really hope this video made an impact on you, and that you're going to use this technique to better your life and better your self-control and your self-discipline. And if you could just like, subscribe, comment below, anything you please, and hit the bell notification button, you know, the whole shebang, I would really, really be grateful, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.